Hey everybody, so today I'm here to give you guys a review of the DockATot, and I am super excited about this review. Now, it's taken me a while since getting the DockATot to make this because we have finally transitioned out of it. I have it all washed and ready to pack away for the next baby, so I'm ready to do this review. So first of all, I wanted to mention the print in case any of you were wondering right off the bat. I have the print Dreamweaver. I really like it. It's a white and like beige kind of color. It goes great with our bedroom. Our bedroom is beige, navy, and gold, so I really wanted something to match that. They do have some other prints like a zebra print right now. They have aqua, a deep coral, black and white, and then I do believe there's just the plain white. So there are two different sizes, and I'm going to explain that and price point and everything like that. I'm going to be looking down at my phone so I make sure I don't miss anything, but there are two different sizes for two different age groups. Although I wanted to say this is the smaller of the two, and my girls still mess around with it all the time, and my oldest is 2 years old and my youngest is 8 months. So the one that I have, which is the smaller of the two, is called the Deluxe, and it is made for babies from newborn to 8 months old. I wanted to give you some stats on it. It is 18 inches wide and 29 to 34 inches long, and the reason that is because it does have this clip down here, and if you undo it, obviously it extends the length, so that's the reason why it can vary, although they do recommend that with the Deluxe you keep that closed. Now I'm going to lean back and I'm going to show you guys the entire thing. So that is what the entire thing looks like. And then the larger one is called the Grand, and it's from ages 9 months to 36 months, and it is 24 inches wide and 39 to 47 inches long because it has the same thing at the end. Now, as for price point, the white ones are a little bit cheaper than the ones that have the colored prints or patterns. For the Deluxe, which is again the size that I have, a plain white one is $165. One of the pattern ones is $185. Now the Grand, a plain white, is $260, and then patterns is $290. I will have a referral code that I do get credits off of linked down below for you guys, and with that referral code you are able to get $10 off. You can purchase these on their website. Amazon has them, Nordstrom, just all kinds of different places. Now, the purpose of the DockATot, if you're new to this or new to the concept or anything, is basically for safer co-sleeping. If you can tell, it's got the raised sides over here, and then it's got a mattress down here, but I like that the tubing goes all the way around. It is very soft and squishy. It's not too big or cumbersome, and I really liked that. I also like that it was soft on the sides because a lot of the like co-sleeper type things that we've looked at in the past for the girls, they have like hard plastic and stuff on the outside, which to me would hurt if I ran or rolled into in the middle of the night, which probably is the point to keep you from doing that. But I feel like this thing is sturdy enough and it's firm enough on the side, but it still has the give and the comfort of like a nice little cushion. So how you use it in bed is you would put it between your pillows and you want to push it all the way up, whether it's to your headboard or the wall or whatever it may be, and you're going to go ahead and leave it there. That's so that if you pull the covers up over you at night, it's not going to cover the baby's face. Like I mentioned, you know, the walls on this are super high, and the mattress on the bottom also does give it a little bit of height. So it does, for us at least, it sits about face level when you're laying down in bed. And I don't know, I really liked it in bed. I didn't think it was too big or anything. We only have a queen size bed, and I felt like it didn't take up a ton of room or anything. I would say that if you have a queen or bigger, you're gonna have absolutely no problem with this thing in your bed. So a little bit about what it's made out of. It is hypoallergenic. It's free of a whole bunch of different chemicals and stuff like that. It's very breathable. It's safety tested. It doesn't harbor any heat, which I think is amazing, and it's also machine washable. Now, I did want to comment on the machine washable. Totally love that feature, by the way, because we've had to use it a ton. Now, Remy is breastfed. I exclusively pump for her, so she has those yellow poops that stain everything. I mean, I cannot tell you how many onesies and sleepers I've had to scrub that yellow poop out of. So it is like very bright and noticeable, and that was one of my biggest concerns with getting one of these. It's honestly why I didn't get the plain white. Even with this one, she still got poop in it, so I guess it wouldn't have really mattered. But anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I was really nervous the first time she pooped on it, and obviously it wasn't on purpose. It just blew out of her diaper and through her onesie. So it's gonna happen, but all I did was spot treat it and I threw it in the wash and it came out completely fine. Now, I was terrified terrified if it wouldn't have came out, but it did. And it didn't just come out that time. We've had, you know, incident after incident, and whether it be just urine or it is poop, you know, whatever, it's always came out, which I think is amazing. I will say though, I would definitely recommend getting a second cover because it does have to air dry. It just takes a little long. It takes about 12 hours ish. And when I would forget to hang it up to dry, then it was like I was out like a day or two with using it, and that's a big time when your kid's addicted to this thing. So I would definitely recommend that. And what I started doing was laying down a waterproof liner that we have just at the bottom half. I would fold it in half, actually pretty much from her waist down is where it was at, and that helped a lot, and it did catch a lot of explosions. Now, they do have a couple of add-on products. They have a really nice travel bag in case you're one of those people who's a frequent traveler. And they also, like I mentioned, have additional covers, which I highly, highly recommend. So a little bit into why I wanted it and our experience. Now, Remy has had horrible, horrible reflux, as some of you may know, and the rock and play was the best place for her to sleep. I know. A lot of people are against that, but when you're a reflux mom, you do what works. So that's what we were doing. However, she was getting to the age where she could like push up, and she started, especially with her reflux spells and arching her back, it just made me really uncomfortable. Even if I had my rock and play like reclined, not even on the highest position, even had her buckled in, it just didn't make me comfortable, especially if I was going to be sleeping and I couldn't watch her. So I wanted to find something different. We had tried to transition her to just her pack and play. We tried a crib mattress, all elevated, and it just didn't do the trick for her. She was also a very, I don't even know how to put this, but kind of like cuddly baby. Every ultrasound I ever went to, she was all bundled up. We had the hardest time getting the visuals of her that we needed. And even just out of the womb, she always loved being swaddled. She just wanted to be like blanketed up and cuddled and everything. She loves that. She always has. So it didn't kind of come as a shock to me that she wasn't enjoying just being put on a mattress. So that's the reason why I started looking into some kind of co-sleeper. Also with reflux, there was quite a few times that we were co-sleeping because that was really the only thing that would soothe her. I also had that experience with Sophie, and just my kids, when they have reflux, it seems like the only thing that comforts them sometimes is just mom and dad. So there was nights that Remy would spend in our bed. So I was looking for something, and that's when DockATot was nice enough to actually send me this one to review, and I am so glad that we did. Like I had mentioned, we'd look into other brands, but I just never really felt like it was what I was looking for, and this totally was. You can see the high walls like I've shown before, and I felt like these hugged her a little bit more. It offered that kind of snuggly feeling I knew that Remy loved. It's super soft, and I don't know if they did this intentionally. I've looked on their website. I really can't find anything about it, but the lining in here is a little bit raised. It's a little bit more taut up here, and as it goes down, it's a little bit more relaxed. So it does give this like just subtle incline, but still, any incline is great for a reflux mom. So I'm not sure if that's necessarily intended, but it was great for Remy. This thing just worked out beautifully. It did everything I was hoping it would do. It provided her a great place to sleep. She was comfortable, she was cozy, she won, we won, everybody was sleeping, it was great. Now the question I get asked most often is if it's worth it. And I say absolutely, especially if your child is struggling to sleep. I really feel like as a parent, there's no price tag on that. I'm sure obviously, you know, not everybody can afford something like this, but to me, it is definitely worth it, especially when parents are working, they need sleep. Some people stay home and watch their kids all day. Like, sleep is a very valuable thing, and it helps us rest and recharge and everything. So if kids and parents can get more of that, I highly, highly recommend it for that. But also, it isn't just a one-time use kind of thing. Like I said, my girls are still obsessed with laying inside this thing. They still play with it, and it can also be used for more than one baby. You know, I really like the idea that I can pull this out for when we have our next baby, and it's just gonna be, you know, constantly used throughout our kids. So it's not just a one-time deal. Honestly, if I'd done my research, I wish I would have had it with Sophie, and then that way we would have had it with Remy, and it just would have been really amazing. Both the girls really love them. I've seen a lot of moms get the bigger one for their toddlers, and if you are planning on doing a floor bed, I would highly recommend that because Sophie rolls out of her floor bed all the time, and I'm half tempted to try their grand one because I think she would love it, but it would also keep her in bed. She's always rolling out, although she doesn't mind. But that is our experience and my review of the DockATot. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will gladly answer them for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.